amazing example of how Kala Krishna Das had gotten distracted even while he was with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which is an instruction Prabhupada gives in his purport to that section, which is something I just heard before he came down here. I was listening to a lecture of Prabhupada, and he was saying how we should be wary of Maya, because at any time in this environment we can be pulled. And there, Srila Prabhupada mentions, even in the association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Kala Krishna Das was affected by Maya, got distracted and went away. Besides that lesson, we see that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu engaged, Nityananda engaged him in the first place. He's the one who suggested him, right? And when he came back, then Nityananda and Mukunda and one other had conspired to re-engage him in service. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knew what they were doing. So they sent him off to Navadvip to tell everybody that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would come back. So it's kind of, he was a big hero in going back. So they kept him engaged in service. So the beginning of what I said was important because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave mercy by also showing that it's important to be careful. In the pastime of Chota Haridas, people are shocked. But if somebody doesn't give that instruction of how dangerous it is to cohort with the external energy, then we may fall victim. This kinchanasya bhagavan bhajano mukhasya param param jigamashura bhavasagarasya. You know, we have an ocean to cross, so somebody has to give us some good direction. Does that help? Okay, good. Got one more. Who's it going to be? Take the last one. Yes, 1, 2.
I was appreciating the parallels between Prabhupada's journey to America and Lord Chaitanya alone, but also how we just read the translation of 1718, and it says that Lord Chaitanya is the dancer and you are the wire puller. However, you pull the wire, special hands in that way. And then in Prabhupada's prayers that he wrote on the Japa, he wrote, "Oh Lord, I am just like a puppet in your hands. So if you have brought me here to dance, then make me dance, oh Lord, make me dance as you like." And I was just thinking about how nice it is that Prabhupada embodied that exact same mood, and perhaps, at least I took it as a personal meditation that, you know, we should, or at least I, yeah.
I feel a thesis paper coming on here. That's nice, really nice.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, my name is Raghav. I'm from Michigan, but now I live in Ohio. I just had a question regarding when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu traveled across South India. Practically everyone he came in contact with attained Prema Bhakti. And we hear that even one Uttama Adhikari is enough to deliver the whole world. But I'm wondering how it is possible, in that sense, for South India, or for South India to have lost the gift that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given, because we see that, at least before Prabhupada's movement came along, the philosophy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was practically non-existent in South India in recent times. So I wonder if you could shed some light on that.
It's a pretty rugged environment, the material world. And it's hard to keep something pure going here. Krishna says it to Uddhava in the 11th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam when he's talking about disciplic succession. It's similar, yoga nashta parantapa. In the Bhagavad Gita, of course, we find Krishna saying to Arjuna that this message had been lost. You might think, God, it's coming from God. How could it be lost? Well, the material world's topsy-turvy, and Krishna says to Uddhava, he says, in due course of time, the message becomes perverted. Just after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left, then by degrees, there were various apasampradayas that sprung up. That's why Prabhupada was very careful to represent what his guru gave him and what the Guru Parampara, the mood and methods, to keep it the same. I was once in a kirtan in Chicago. The temple was in Evanston at that time, 1975. Prabhupada was on the Vaisesika, and there was a devotee leading kirtan. And there was a fad at that time to keep the tall going, but then to stop chanting and just have the tall and then pick it up again after you've skipped one whole mantra. And so the devotee did that. It was Danavir Maharaj. He was a brahmachari at the time. And of course everybody was doing it, so it wasn't anything on him exactly. But Prabhupada stopped the kirtan. And he said, what is this? Why did he stop chanting? And nobody had a good answer for that. It's just like, that's what we do, Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, no, not like that. And he said, Brahmananda, you chant. And Brahmananda was, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. The other one, he was singing like a Gandharva. And then, Prabhupada nailed that point down. And he did so in many different ways. As we're talking about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he's like, no, not like this, like that. And it seemed kind of stern. And so there are ways, by degrees, that anyone can take the ideas, the mood, the method, and alter it in various ways. So Prabhupada writes in the first canto, 4th chapter, the very first verse in his purport, that we're to maintain the mood and methods of the previous acharyas, same message. We do have to represent it in such a way that people can understand it. You have to speak it in their, give context to people in general. We have to be careful not to change the message. So it's the atmosphere of the material world in which the message can be obscured. And this is one of the points that Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur makes at the end of the Srimad Bhagavatam. It's the Amala Purana, it's completely perfect. But it's also, he said, Mohini Murti. If you want to be cheated, you can read the Bhagavatam and you can be cheated, because that's your intention. So Krishna, through the Bhagavatam, gives you the facility to come up with some new idea. That's why pure devotional service is so rare. And Prabhupada mentioned, and his brand was to follow very carefully what his spiritual master said and keep that going. And artfully, he was able to also present at the same time to a new culture the same message. That's what Prabhupada said is called realization. So it's a sticky wicket, the material world. That's why we have to be careful to imbibe the message. That's why there's Guru Parampara. It's not just by Veda base. You might miss a lot in the middle. You have to find the mood and the method and the mood. And we imbibe that from the previous generation. And so it's important to have that and be able to preserve it. Even now, there's a lot of different ideas about what we should be doing and not doing and so forth. There's actually kind of a malaise. Does anybody know what that means? Where's our research department? Did we get funding for this trip? Malaise means 5, 4, 3, 2, go. Yes?
A general feeling of being slightly ill or unhappy without any particular reason, or the problems affecting only a particular group or of people or situation that are difficult to explain or identify.
Yeah, you find even within ISKCON there's a lot of different ideas about mood, method, schisms. So it takes sincerity, which is ironclad, and it also takes being, the word I'm looking for is chaste to the, the process that's been given. It's not so easy. Everybody wants to go off-road. That's why everyone has an SUV nowadays. What do you need a all-wheel drive for, driving in New York City? It's like, because everyone's thinking, any minute now, I'm going to drive off the road. And that's the jiva in the material world. It's driving along, it's like, yeah, let's go. And then you get deviation. So it's rare to, and that's why we have to stick together. We have to hear Prabhupada's books. We have to, Siddhanta Bola Chitanakara Alashi Iha Hwete Krishna Lage Sudrid Manash. Kaviraj Goswami brings up, there's controversy going on. He describes, he says, some people said Narayan's the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and some people Vamanadeva is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He said all of them have some, it's a verisimilitude of correctness. But he says Siddhanta, but that's why we should discuss it thoroughly, threadbare, so you become Sudrid Manash. Your mind becomes very clear and determined because you know what it is and also what it isn't. So that has to be there. Otherwise you get also this various levels of sahajaism, which means that you don't really go into the science, you just take it sentimentally. That happens too. I mean, look all over the world. Most religious processes, the lay people in the process, they really don't know what they're doing. They just took it out of cultural momentum. What's Santa Claus got to do with Jesus Christ anyway? Really? I mean, ho, ho, ho. What's that all about? It's a big jumble. And you find that in so many places, and therefore, you have to be very deliberate and aware. You can't fall asleep at the wheel and expect not to crash. Does that help? That's also an ongoing conversation we can have. I see some of the organizers moving, so it means something's happening. You just don't know what it is. Do you, Bhakta Jones? Okay, so we have just a few more minutes, right? Do we have a presentation tonight? Okay.
We have a few announcements, so we have 10 minutes if that's okay.
Okay. How much time do you need for announcements?
That's fine.
Okay. What's the same? Parama Karuna Paundvi Jana Nitai Gaura Chandra Dvijana. Any idea what page? Saba Avatar Sarachinamani Kevala Nanda Nanda Vaishnavi, you made it. Amazing. Bhajo Bhajo Bhai Chaitanya Nithai Surya Vishvasa Kori Vishaya Choriya Sera Semajia Mukhe Bolo Hari Hari Dekho Are Bhai Tribhuvane Dai Mana Doya Ladata Pashupaki jure, Pashana vidare, Shuni jar Shamshare Madhya, Rohili Podia, Shepade Nahilo Asha, Apana Karama, Gunjai Shamana, Koi Lochana Dasa. Parama Koruna Hundija Nitai Gaura Chandra Nitai Gaura Chandra Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Last chance to dance, last chance to dance. Never lose a chance to dance. Just 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Go Premanande. Now we have a word from our sponsor. But did you know that that's the cure for jet lag? Is dancing in kirtan.
Hey, Hare Krishna. If all the devotees can just take a seat for a few minutes. So how was today's program? I was mentioning that many of you are coming for the first time, and there are some new faces, some familiar faces. So I've requested Harai Pran Prabhu tonight after the Prashadam, he'll facilitate an icebreaker where we'll get an opportunity to get to know each other. So you can all share a little bit about yourself. So Prabhu will facilitate that this evening after the dinner Prashadam. And also Harai Pran Prabhu has requested all the Sangha leaders to meet for 15 minutes with him when you finish the Prashadam. That's right, Prabhu? Okay, thank you. In terms of the announcements, I just wanted to mention here at ISKCON Guest House, things are quite simple, but that allows us to think higher. As Prabhupada says, simple thinking, simple living, high thinking. Simple living, high thinking. However, we are trying to identify a laundry person. So we are trying to see if we can get somebody externally who could come tomorrow afternoon, take your laundry, and then bring it back day after. If not, on all the other spots where we are staying at the hotel. So there you have the laundry services anyway. But we are trying, but I'll confirm tomorrow morning. Myself or Raj Prabhu will put a message on the group letting you know about the laundry status. We have bottled water available here for all the devotees. So feel free to take 2 bottles for your room from here. And there are paper cups also available. You can pick up the paper cups from here and take it to your room and make sure you have enough water to drink. So that's that. I know a couple of devotees are already from a health perspective, but we are very fortunate. We have Mala Prabhu, who's a doctor, who's come, so is right there. And we have his wife, good wife, Hinal Mataji, who's the best pharmacist. So it's a great combination we have here. We're both very happy to be available and serve all of you. So please see them if you have any challenges with regards to health. It's really, it makes life so easy having a doctor and a pharmacist traveling with a group. So thank you, Prabhu, for your services and Mataji. And then I just wanted to mention about, those devotees who have any yatra fee or the retreat fee pending, so please see us tonight after the dinner. You can clear that with us. So that's our humble request for this evening. And I think one devotee put a message on the group that there are mosquitoes around, so please use mosquito repellent if you need to. It's highly advisable. And for tomorrow's schedule, so this is our schedule, there is a slight change in the program. So tomorrow morning we'll meet here at 6 o'clock. We'll put it also on the WhatsApp group. So there'll be a Make Japa Great Again session here for about half an hour, 40 minutes. And then we are going to go to by the beach and have a walk, Japa walk by the beach with Guru Maharaj. So that'll carry on all the way to 7:30. We'll come back to the temple. 7:30 is Shringar Darshan at the main ISKCON temple. Right now, they have a temporary arrangement while the bigger temple is being built. So on the right hand side is the temple where we will go for the Darshan Aarti and Guru Puja. And 8 o'clock will be the Bhagavatam class which Guru Maharaj is giving at the temple tomorrow. So devotees have requested the theme of the class to be Sankirtan, book distribution. So tomorrow we have requested Guru Maharaj that in the class, Maharaj, especially coming to Dham, you've all known the best way, right? How many of you have seen how to distribute books in Dham? Great, all right. So Maharaj will personally give us a demo tomorrow on how we can go about here in South India distributing Srila Prabhupada books, and that way really perform some service to this Dham where, wherever Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has been, that's a Dham for us. So we can do some service to the Dham, and that's one of the best ways we can serve the Dham actually. So on that note, I wanted to invite Chaitanya Chaitanya Nitai Nam Prabhu, who's going to tell us a little bit about the Sankirtan services we have and the team he has and what they will be doing. Let's give a hand to the team here.
Hare Krishna. Nice to see everyone here. So, as Divyanam Prabhu was mentioning, we have a demo coming up tomorrow during Marge's Bhagavatam class. But the basics of this service is that, first of all, the yatra entirely has been marketed, if you've seen the brochures and everything, that it's a service retreat. So one of the biggest services is book distribution. And so it's one of the staples of our yatras that we've been doing for the last few years, that I've seen book distribution efforts go a long way. It's anywhere we went in Mayapur even, which is full of devotees already. So it's really amazing that we've been able to do that. But now we're in South India, and I think, as Marge was also mentioning, and we read in the book in Chaitanya Charitamrita, that people in South India are really receptive, and they're ready to receive all these literatures and teachings. So we have a lot of books available, and we have a bunch of other gifts as well. So book distribution, it's of course fun and easy, but it's even more fun and easier in South India, I would say. Because people are receptive. And because we're a large group, it's going to be challenging, especially we're in the open streets in the town. It's not necessarily within the ISKCON campus or anything, but we want to stick together as a group, but also make it easier as an experience for anyone who's either new to the service or a little shy. We have an arrangement where, since everyone hopefully has a roommate, that will be your partner in crime, basically, since we're going to do some damage here. Pair up, and if you have any, reservations or just concerns about book distribution in general, then you can pair up and kind of make it easy for each other and encourage each other, support each other. And this especially we'll go over it in the demo tomorrow, but if one person is taking out the book, the other one can present it to the, anyone who they're distributing to. So just everything is going to be explained more in the demo tomorrow, I guess. But basically, we want to just go over the logistics, which is we have a lot of books. We have hundreds or thousands of lollipops actually, and stickers, and we have hundreds of books. So I see Shastra over there saying we have a lot of lollipops, but yeah, one thing we don't have a lot of is language cards. So please keep those safe and don't lose them, because those are a big part of how we want to. I don't want to spoil the demo, but that's how we are going to be distributing books to people who don't speak the same languages as us necessarily. So
Then we do have one per couple, like.
yeah, so we have a set of language cards, and all these other things we'll have as you're going out in pairs and distributing books. We'll have in the bags, as you can see.
So
The language
each bag, which you'll have 2 devotees, will have this language cards in them. So both the devotees can have access to this.
And so that's the yeah, so we have a lot of books as well, Telugu and English. Primarily here it's Telugu and Andhra. But as we move forward in the yatra, we'll be going to places in Tamil Nadu where we have Tamil and probably Kannada books as well. So, and English books, because there are some English-speaking people. And goals-wise, we want to do better than last year, of course, but specifically because we're going to be doing a lot more book distribution, I think. Last year, we had about 6 or 7 days that really had, an emphasis on book distribution after we got to Kolkata and Mayapur. But this year, practically the entire trip from day one, starting tomorrow, is going to be book distribution and Harinam and Sankirtan everywhere. So we want to do 1,500 books at least. Last year we were able to do about 950, which, yeah, so we're bumping it up by about 50%. And as far as Lakshmi donations, we were able to collect about 11,500 rupees in Lakshmi last year. So we want to bump that up to at least 15,000 this year and see where we get. But yeah, the main focus is getting out the books and all the other gifts that we have. We have stickers and lollipops. So the main thing is they reach as many hands as possible. And with Lakshmi collections, we'll go over this as the days go by, but the main thing is that if any of you were able to collect Lakshmi during the day, then we want you to hand over, for the sake of convenience, to either me or Veda or Ram, who will also be leading the book distribution efforts throughout the yatra.
Stand so everybody can see them? Do we have?
Ram and Veda over there. Yeah, and we'll also have special services because we'll need a lot of help with packing books. Of course, we'll have Ram taking charge, or no, Veda's taking charge. Ram is taking charge of preparing offerings, because we'll also, for the sake of convenience, we want to collect all the Lakshmi, but the real reason is that we want to present this as an offering each day in the morning, probably as Guru Puja, to Srila Prabhupada, because this is a service that's really dear to Prabhupada and to Krishna, because book distribution is how we get the word out of Krishna consciousness. So that's basically all the logistics. If we have any other questions, you can reach out to me or Veda or Ram. And hopefully you get a lot more tips from the seminar tomorrow about book distribution in India.
So alongside book distribution, we also have Harinam Party. So Shrikar Prabhu, for years when he's coming, he leads that for us. Is he here? Oh, he was here a few minutes ago. Anyway, I think he'll touch base with the devotees in terms of making sure that, as Guru Maharaj says, keeping the transcendental vibration going. So he's already coordinating that, looking at the instruments and everything. So we'll have that in place as well, which is really good. So I'll finish the schedule for tomorrow. Make Japa great again here tomorrow with the walk, and then Shringar Darshan, 8 o'clock Bhagavatam class, 9 o'clock breakfast here, and then 9:45 we'll be leaving to go to Simhachalam. That's where we are going tomorrow. And we'll be coming back, hopefully, Krishna willing, around 1:30 for lunch prasadam, and then same program 5 to 7 in the evening here, and then followed by dinner prasadam. Just for the record, tonight for the dinner we have pizzas for everyone. So the devotees here are very sweet. They're making Indian style pizza. They have an oven. It's an open oven, but I've just went to the kitchen and they're trying to put this together for us. So let's see. So, which is very sweet. I think just a reminder, those who have not collected their gifts. So we have the T-shirts here. You gave us your sizes, so please collect those sizes. Vindarika Ramya, who's giving these? Do you know? Okay, Geetavali and Sachi are going to be giving them straight after this program. Please come and see them. The song book, we are requesting to keep one between yourself and your roommate, so you can carry that. So we're just trying to reduce the weight you carry. You have a Sankirtan bag, some of your personal items, so that's why we are putting this together. But reflection book, there is one for everyone. So please take this, because towards the end of our retreat, we do spend a lot of time hearing from all of you. What was the experience like for all of you and some of the reflections? So please use this book here. And then there are T-shirts. Is there anything else, Vindarika Ramya? Yes. What about the toilet paper? Okay, we have toilet paper for everyone. So we have toilet paper available. Where can they collect it from? Okay, after the class, you please come and see the devotees. They'll give you the toilet paper. And yeah, also just a request. So I'm also very grateful and want to thank all the chaplains who have signed up to come for this retreat. So let's show our appreciation as well by doing that. Actually, can the chaplains stand up so that we can see, please, just for 2 minutes, all the chaplains. And we have 2 youth who got promoted to chaplain, which is Simran and Harai Pran Prabhu. Haribol! So these are your chaplains. So there will be plenty of services. We'll talk about it tonight. Just one request when we are in the room. So please let the youth come all the way to the front, and then we can all be towards the end, so they get the maximum opportunity to participate, reflect. Absolutely, I'm not saying that you cannot sit in, but let all the youths come, because we want to give them as much opportunity as possible. And then yeah, we can just be there, of course, in the room, and then facilitate as much as possible for the youth devotees. Vindarika, that's it. Anything else? No. Yes, Prabhu. Yes, we will circulate the digital copy. Right now we have PDF, but as the change happens, we'll put a Google link onto it. But we'll put the digital copy onto the WhatsApp group today. Harai Pran Prabhu, anything else from your side? That's it. I think that's it, Maharaj. Over to you. Thank you.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, dear Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Shri Gauritai, Shri Shri Panchatattva, Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan, Shri Shri Radha Govinda, Shri Shri Radha Gopinath, Shri Shri Lakshmi Nrsingadev, if you so desire, please bless all our yatris, that every step we take will be in service to your lordships, that we may imbibe spiritual environment and take home with us great enthusiasm to give Krishna consciousness to people all over the world. Please empower us, give us the Shakti that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had when he went to South India, so we can be successful in practicing Krishna consciousness and covering the earth with the transcendental holy name and literatures. Thank you for considering our request. Om Tat Sat. Everyone agrees with this prayer in whole or in part. Please unmute and say Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpadavishya kripa sindhaveva patitanam bhavanibhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Nantakoti Vaishnaviniki Jai. Jai.